Hey there, Ryder the Car Guy here.
And this is Steve with All Dogs Off-Road.
And today we want to bring you a video together. So we wanted to go and create a little Q&A video where we can kind of answer some questions about a recent job that we sort of worked together on the Xterra. And we have a bit of a giveaway, so definitely stick around for that. So Steve, recently we worked together. A couple months ago, we got a kit for the Nissan Xterra, my Xterra, and so far I'm loving it. But there's a few questions I've been getting on my videos, and I wanted to see if we could work together to answer some of these. What do you think?
Sure, let's hear them.
Awesome. So, first and foremost, we have, let's see here, the plates. So, if you remember, we had some Ubolt flip kit going on. It's the plates that they're asking about, it says, is that plates for Ubolt's flip kit? All right, I think
sounds like a typical YouTube comment.
That's right.
But
so
yes, so the plates, the recessed Ubolt plates have actually replaced our Ubolt flip kits for the Xterra on our website. There's a couple reasons for this. The first and primary reason was that the plate that we actually used for the Ubolt flip kit was discontinued by Nissan. We were pretty much unable to find it. So that drove us to basically have to figure out some other option to satisfy that need for the Xterras. So instead of a U-bolt flip kit, we decided that we were going to go with a recessed U-bolt plate. So basically, it just tucks your U-bolts up and out of the way, and you achieve the same clearance, and it's a little bit easier to implement. On some U-bolt flip kits for the Xterra, you have to file or trim down a brake line bracket. With the recessed U-bolt plate, that's not necessary. So it's a great compromise. We're really happy with it, and it seems to be pretty popular.
Yeah, and I can say honestly, as far as installation was concerned, it was simple. There was really nothing to it. It was like swapping out the existing plates, and no modification needed. So that was definitely nice. And
yeah, you really can't beat something that's a bolt-on.
Yeah, and honestly, even with you and I had talked about this with the existing plates, even just modifying those, you can still make it work. You only need this plate if you want that extra clearance, right? You don't necessarily need to have it.
Correct. Yeah, and that's one of the biggest things is we get questions a lot saying things like, do I need the U-bolt flip kit? You know, people really don't know when they need it, when they don't. And generally what I tell people is that if you really aren't on the rocks too much, you don't need it. But it's definitely not something that's bad to upgrade. For you, it was a great thing because we were able to, get these plates into the hands of someone who was able to, test them out, get the install process done, and give us an objective perspective on how easy it was to install. So that was a great thing for you to have. But for most people out there, they don't really need them, but definitely a good upgrade.
Awesome. And they feel super stout. They actually feel like an upgrade from the existing plates as well. If you hold it...
Oh yeah, they're beefy.
Yeah. Hold one in each hand, and it's like, okay, it's obviously, this one's way better. So, nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure.
All right, what do you got next? All right, this next one's from Brian. It says, ADO is great. Chad has been great to work with on my purchases. So, hey, there you go. Just a little love.
Yeah. Yeah, Chad's great to work with. He's been, I dabble in product development, but he's the one that's really been leading that charge. So, kudos to Chad.
Nice. All right, next one looks like it's directed at me. It says, Rye, what's been your experience with on-road handling? Differences versus stock? Any sensations of rear end sway or feeling loose? And if you got an alignment, could you post up the figures? So, first and foremost, yes, I did get an alignment. Absolutely did after getting the new cam bolts in. And yeah, I can post those if you want to see what it was before and after. I did the recommended settings that you sent me, Steve. So I did the recommended settings on the cam bolts during that cam bolt swap. And I got it aligned, of course. I drove it right there, got it done. And I'll post those on my website, and I'll throw a link on my community post in YouTube. As far as the way that it feels on the road, it feels way more solid than it did before. And what I mean by that is not only is, of course, the ride a little tougher because they're much stronger springs and the shocks aren't completely and utterly worn out at this point, but also just even steering feels a little more positive. I feel like I can carve a little bit harder into turns. Not like that's the goal with an Xterra, but you get the idea. My particular kit was, of course, stock before I swapped it out for the ADO kit, and it had I want to say about 135,000 miles on it at the time, and it was just sad. So kind of going back to the questions about the lift, I swear mine got like a huge lift. It just feels much higher because the rear leaf springs were just so saggy previously. So better steering. It feels like it has better like sort of steering geometry, a lot tighter. It is definitely a lot rougher. It doesn't have that Cadillac feel that it did before because my springs were so blown. But all in all, it just feels like I could take it anywhere, even in my 2-wheel drive.
Yeah, that's what we like to hear, and that's the general feedback that we usually get is, a lot of these Xterra drivers are coming from factory kits, and if you're an Xterra driver, you know that the Xterras are very undersprung in the rear from the factory. Everyone knows that feeling just driving on the road, you hit a speed bump or like a big dip and your rear end just immediately bottoms out. And that was one of the primary things that we tried to tackle with this kit, was to really firm up that rear end so that you really don't get that anymore, because I would say 90% of the people that reach out to us and have an Xterra bring up the rear constantly bottoming out.
Yeah, it was really, really sad before, so it feels like it's new again. It really does. It feels great.
For sure.
Next comment says, definitely going to reference this when I have enough money for lift. All right, cool. But one quick question: what type of grease are you using for the bushings and such? All right, so I can say what I used. Hopefully it's right, and then you can kind of let me know if I did it right. But I just had one of those tubes lying around that was meant to be slid into a grease gun. And it was just like a lithium grease right off the shelf. Hopefully that's right.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's some grease elitist out there that would freak out at us for this. But honestly, yeah, go grab a tube of grease and go to town. Nice. I distinctly remember there was one off-roading trip I was on with a good friend of mine, Nick, back when I lived in Pennsylvania. We were blasting through Appalachian mountain areas,
nice.
And then up into Bald Eagle State Forest up in like State College, Pennsylvania. And at the time I had Titan swapped, and I had shocks on there that were too long. So my CV angles were completely out of whack, and it actually ended up tearing one of my boots on the CV axle. And just cruising down this fire trail, click, 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 you could hear these axles. You could tell they were on their last leg. And my friend Nick managed to get stuck. So, I hook up a strap, and the second I start to try to pull him out, they get louder and louder and louder and louder, because I'm just spinning my tires trying to pull him out, So I distinctly remember hopping out of the truck, going and getting one of those tubes that I just kept in the back, and then just cramming my hand in there, pulling out just a ton of grease, hopping under the truck and just jamming grease up in that CV axle probably every 10 miles or so, desperately trying to keep these things from exploding on the trail.
Gotta do what you gotta do, dude. That's a little field repair, right?
Oh, yeah.
Nice. That's wild. Hey, it sounds like you made it out, so you're here today.
Yeah, as long as you make it out and as long as you don't die, it was a good trip.
Nice. All right, Digital Shooter says, when reinstalling the front shocks, you should put the lower bolt in backwards. That way you don't have to disconnect the sway bar again if you ever have to replace the shocks. Hey, that's a good tip. That's a good tip if you are running sway bars. My Xterra, as you all know, is 2-wheel drive. I don't take it off-road extensively, so I run a sway bar. So that's a good tip. Why not? All right, let's grab one more question, and then we can talk about our giveaway. What do you think?
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Awesome. So the Falcon 3 says, does this kit fit a Frontier 2006 V4? Now, so maybe not the kit I used, but I'm sure you guys have something. What do you think?
Yeah, so the Frontier and the Xterra are very, very, very similar. The only thing that's going to be different between those two kits is going to be the add-a-leaf or leaf pack, depending on what you go with. So because the Xterra spring goes underneath the axle, while on a Frontier, the spring goes over top of the axle. different leafs are required. So this kit will be very, very applicable to a second-gen Nissan Frontier, but it's not going to be exact. We have kits for the Frontier, for the Xterra, Tacoma, all of that is going to transfer over very, very well to Rise Video, but you need to understand that some of the things are going to be different. Between the Frontier and the Xterra, the front ends are completely identical, though.
Nice. Okay, well, you heard it from the pro. If you do have a Frontier of the same generation, then yeah, my video should be able to help you most of the way, right? Just a little bit of difference on the back end.
Yep. Yeah.
Awesome.
Though, do not be fooled by how easily Rye broke some of those bolts off. Just if you live anywhere other than Florida,
hey,
definitely bring a breaker bar with you.
Sometimes even I feel bad, but I did grow up in Michigan, so I know the struggle.
Oh, there you go.
Of breaking knuckles, breaking bolts, all kinds of stuff. It was definitely fun. But yeah, I'll tell you what. I don't care where I live in the United States. I'm flying back to Florida to buy cars. They look like,
I cannot blame you. Oh my
They look
gosh.
new for like 10 years. It's wild. So, all right, let's talk giveaway. What do you think?
Yeah, sounds good to me.
All right. So the time has come. Let's talk giveaway. We have some exciting news for all of you. So, Steve, why don't you talk about what we're giving away here?
Well, we've been talking about the built-in complete kit for long enough. I figured that we might as well give one away. So,
Nice.
All Dogs Off-Road has teamed up with Rye here to bring you a giveaway for the Bilstein 5100 complete kit for the Nissan Xterra. All Dogs Off-Road will be covering the coil springs and the Adelies, and Rye is going to be covering the Bilstein shocks. So between us, we're going to bring you guys a pretty awesome kit, and we cannot wait to get this giveaway underway. Yeah, guys, so head on over to our website, alldogsoffroad.com, and there's a couple ways you can get to the kit. The first way is it's right on our home screen under featured products. You can just scroll down and you'll see a variety of Bilstein complete kits for different applications. You'll see All Dogs Off-Road complete kit with Bilstein 5100s for second gen Xterra, and that is going to be the kit that we're going to be giving away. We're going to be giving away the base kit with the Bilstein 5100s, SPC camber bolts to get your alignment in spec, and our All Dogs Off-Road 3-leaf Adeleafs. So that's going to be adding 3 leaves per side to your leaf pack to really beef it up so that you're not bottoming out under every bump anymore.
So make sure you subscribe to All Dogs Off-Road and Rye the Car Guy YouTube channels. We are going to be releasing a second video that talks about the details and how you can actually go in and sign up for this kit. And then also head to Facebook and Instagram, look up All Dogs Off-Road. They will be putting notifications out there as well.
Well, one of the biggest questions that we get is how All Dogs Off-Road and Ride the Car Guy actually got connected in the first place. And that's kind of an interesting story. Being that I've owned a Nissan vehicle for quite some time, long before All Dogs Off-Road even existed, I've always been interested in the DIY scene. And Rye is the epitome of Nissan DIY. If you've ever scrolled through his website, it's focused on empowering the individual to work on their own vehicle, which is really awesome. So I've been a big fan of Rye for a long time. I distinctly remember one of the videos that I watched was the what was it? It was the relearn for the throttle control.
Throttle body, yeah.
Throttle body, yeah. Yeah, it was that relearn process because I had been running into a couple of issues and I had to swap out some stuff, and that helped a lot. So, had been a big fan for a long time, and then one day, All Dogs Off-Road comes around, I'm there, and an email shows up from Rye saying that he's looking into getting some new suspension, and it was the coolest thing ever because it's like a celebrity is all of this,
Right.
a celebrity is emailing this really super small startup asking about suspension, and I was super, super, super thrilled about that. So right from the get-go, I was on board with this project, and we'd been looking for a person to shoot an install video for quite some time. So from our perspective, it was a no-brainer. We were like, let's,
fit really well.
Yeah, fit really well. Let's get some parts into your hand and let's get a video out there. And I mean, I just looked at the video the other day. I think you're well over 20,000 views on that video.
It's doing very well. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's awesome. So, just right from the get-go, it seemed to be a perfect fit because I've been a big fan for a long time. I'm super DIY. I'm a big fan of DIY. So is our brand as a whole. So, fit together really, really well. So that's one of the coolest things. And then, Ryan and I have, as you can see, have stayed in touch and looking forward to making many, many more videos for you guys.
Absolutely. It's been awesome. And obviously I definitely want to say working with All Dogs has been great. Working with you and Chad have been, you guys have just been awesome. So highly recommend anyone looking for a kit to definitely head your direction. So
yeah, that is awesome. So, a lot of people see the Ride the Car Guy Nissan Xterra YouTube, like that's kind of what your brand is. But what else is going on behind the scenes? Do you have any other projects in the works? Anything like that?
I do. So I actually recently, and if you don't watch my update videos, which a lot of people don't, that's okay. But if you haven't watched my update videos, you'll find out that I do have a second channel now. So I did create Ride the Car Guy 2, very original, I know, but I designed that channel around just other projects. So I really wanted to focus on all of the how-to DIY stuff and keeping that on Ride the Car Guy. And then basically everything else that I want to make just for fun, I want to do on Ride the Car Guy 2. So look out for that. Also, I've been on the hunt for a Titan. So I've been wanting one for a while now. It's been, I was actually looking at Frontiers, which I like the smaller truck, but it's just way too close to the Xterra to go make a bunch of original DIY videos on. So I wanted to reach out to other parts of the Nissan platform and picking up a Titan. So currently shopping for one of those. That's going to be super exciting. I'm always putting out fun t-shirt designs. I have a new kind of look right now going out. So head to the website for that. But other than that, that's what I got going on. So
that is awesome.
Yeah, pumped.
I definitely think that that's a good idea. Kind of keeping your channel true to its roots, because at least I can speak for myself. DIY videos is why I went there in the first place, but you do over time you do bring out that underlying fan base, and that's where that second channel would really be a big hit. I'm subscribed on my personal and on All Dogs Off Road, so
appreciate it.
Definitely love seeing all that new content coming out.
Yeah, and definitely want to shout out your videos too. I've really been enjoying your videos, and I saw that drone you picked up, so that's pretty sweet.
Yes.
Definitely.
Yeah, this drone is just awesome.
It's a whole new dynamic. It's a whole new dynamic, So.
Absolutely. There's just, there are shots that just would never ever be achievable on a normal camera.
For sure, it's really nice. Mm-hmm. What about ADO? What about All Dogs? What do you got going on over there?
Well, just like you, we have a new shirt design, but we just use a different color. So, nice. Not as original, but this is going to be our color for 2021.
Like it.
I don't know if they're available yet. I believe that we're trying to move through our current inventory on the navy blue. But yeah, this is the shirt that will be available very, very, very soon. So keep an eye out for that.
Nice.
As far as actual part projects go, we have the upper control arms that I just showed you guys earlier. Those are a big project that's been in the works for quite some time. We've had both of the projects that I'm about to mention actually have had a number of hurdles, whether it be finding a design that we like, finding a manufacturer that we like, finding a price point that we like, all these different things.
Yeah.
It seems like those are the triangle of product development. Do you like the price point that you hit? Do you like the design that you hit? And then do you like the price point, design, and then timeline is probably the three.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you can get a super expensive product right away. That's great, but
sure,
nobody wants to pay $1,000 for control arms.
For sure.
So, it's a constant battle, and the other project that we have coming soon is All Dogs Off-Road shocks. So we're going to have a full suspension kit, All Dogs Off-Road, working with a fantastic brand. I can't give you the exact details yet on anything like that.
Just tease us a little.
I'm ecstatic. Everyone, me, Chad, and Kyle is our newest hire. We are all ecstatic about this project and are super, super excited for this. We're going to be posting a teaser probably here soon.
Okay.
But timeline for on the shelf ready to go is probably going to be April or May.
Nice. That's awesome. I'm definitely looking forward to that.
One of the biggest drivers for this project is probably the availability of the Bilsteins. There was a long period of time where we just weren't able to buy them. They literally were not in the United States.
Sure.
Bilstein just wasn't making them. So one of the biggest goals with our brand is to take that responsibility of supply chains and turnaround and pull that responsibility onto us, because we feel that we're more suited to serve a smaller, a more detailed market than someone as big as whether it be Bilstein, Old Man Emu, whatever. They're massive companies, and sometimes some things slip through the cracks, and we'd rather have that responsibility be on us rather than just answering a customer and saying, sorry, Bilstein's back ordered.
Yeah, right. For sure. For sure.
Yeah, so once this project comes out, and with the control arms, we're going to have that control over the inventory, and it's going to be awesome. I can honestly say some of these parts are going to be just awesome. And once they hit, they're going to be hopefully doing very, very, very well.
Awesome. Well, if you need a Titan to prototype anything, or
wow, we have Titan coil springs sitting in the shop right now. If you get a Titan, we'll send them out to you.
I'm all over it. We
haven't been able to find a Titan to test them on. So you get that Titan,
dude,
they'll be out the door.
Auto Trader. Getting on it. I'll let you know for sure.
Oh yeah.
Awesome.
Other than that, nothing super crazy. We're heading down to More Expo here in Springfield, Missouri this weekend. Kyle and I are going down. We weren't able to get a booth because we signed up a little bit late. It filled up really quick. But we will be at Overland Expo Mountain West in Colorado.
Nice. Okay.
That is August, I believe.
Okay.
I believe it's August, yeah. But we'll be down there. We have a booth all reserved. So if you're heading out to Mountain West, definitely keep an eye out for us and come say hi.
Very cool. I've never been to Colorado. Need to make it out for sure.
Well, hey, hop on a plane, come on out to Colorado.
Business expense.
That's what I'm doing.
Nice. Well, awesome. There you have it, folks. We actually, are you good? Is there more you wanted?
No, I think that covers about everything.
Cool.
As much as we can fit into a video, at least.
For sure. All right. Well, then let's close it out.
Sweet. Well, guys, thank you so much for watching it. I can definitely speak for Ryan saying that it means a lot to us that you take the time to watch us ramble on in front of a camera.
Absolutely.
Definitely make sure to keep an eye on both of our social media accounts for updates on the giveaway. Probably should see it a day or two after this video goes live. So, definitely keep an eye on that. And thank you, as always. This is Steve.
This is Ryan.
Have a good one, guys.
Thanks. Bye. Real quick, before we wrap up this video, I just want to let you know this is about half of the conversation. Over on the All Dogs Off-Road YouTube channel, Steve also posted a video that has, it's very similar, but it addresses some different questions. So make sure you head over there. It's also recommended at the end of this video if you just want to click it there. But make sure you subscribe over there, give that video a like. They're always putting out great content on the Xterra and the Frontier. Also, make sure you're subscribed right here, because in just a few short days, we're going to be putting out another video on both channels outlining how you can go in and enter for this giveaway. So again, thank you so much for watching, and look out for that video. We'll see you there.